Hi everybody, thanks for joining Create with Dee. Today we'll be making this card. At a previous video, we made this big embellishment that was made using the Build-A-Blossom stamp set. And in this video, I'll just share how I put this card together. So let's get started. Okay, what we're going to need is this Build-A-Blossom embellishment, of course. And I've got an 8.5 by 11 sheet of Whisper White scored and folded in half. Basic gray cardstock cut at 4 by 5 1/4, and some designer paper from the Lap of Luxury series. And this is cut at 3 3/4 by 5. So the first thing that I want to do is I'm going to put a little bit of rich raspberry ribbon, satin ribbon, towards the bottom of this card. Okay, so I just put a strip of it down, and let's see here. We'll take, I think that's the side. I had a friend tell me I didn't know that there was like a more satiny side to the satin ribbon. I thought both were the same, but there's actually a slight difference on it. So before I never even paid attention, and now I look for the shinier side. Okay, we've got our rich raspberry down, and we can go ahead and with our snail layer that onto the basic gray. Okay, and what I like to do is take my bone folder and do a burnish with the, with it as long as there's no embellishments to get in the way, simply because that'll give a good contact to the snail adhesive to your cardstock. Okay, I'm really super excited to show you how to make this cute little bow here. This was shown by another demonstrator, and I don't have her name right here in front of me, but I'll make sure to give her credit on the video. And what we do and how to make this little bow is you take a brad. I'm using an antique brad. And in fact, I'm almost out of them. I can't wait for my next order. I've got another batch of them coming in. And you split apart the wings of the brad. So you open up the brad. And you lay that, down off to the side for a second. And I have I think this is about 8 inches of ribbon. We'll see how it goes. I might need just a little bit more. And to make this bow, what you want to do is make a loop and have this little tail hanging down. And you make another little loop and bring it in the front. Okay, so it kind of looks like a breast cancer or one of the awareness ribbons. So you have both of those in the front, and then you're going to pinch it. So you're going to squish it together and pinch it. Take the brad, and I always keep the brad down on my paper, and take your pinched bow with the tails, both of them in front, and fold over the brad. Okay, grab that one over here, and then when you turn it around, you have this really adorable ribbon. Oh my gosh, it's such a cute little trick. I was seeing these beautifully made ribbons all around the internet and online from my fellow demos, and somebody was kind enough to show how they did it. Isn't that so cute? And you can play around with it until you get the hang of it. It might take a couple of tries, but a lot of times I'll just kind of come back in and I'll squeeze a little more on the back side. Okay. Alright, so we've got our bow, and so now here's our other embellishment that we made earlier, and I'm going to get some dimensionals. Let's see, there we go. And it's a pretty good size embellishment, so I'm going to pick up 3 Put it on in the back. Okay. And we'll center it there. I have Crystal Effects on the middle of this, and it's not quite dry yet, and so what I would recommend is that you definitely want to give a couple of hours for your Crystal Effects to dry. Okay, I've got Rich Razzleberry, continue with that color theme, and have my Happy Mother's Day sentiment, and that's from my Teeny Tiny Wishes stamp set. And I'm going to stamp that down towards the bottom. Take my word window punch. Look at that lined up. See if I can get it so you can see it. Oops. There we go. And I have a sponge dauber, and I just wanted to get this whole image a little bit color toned so that it looks like our Build-A-Blossom. And I've got some scrap of Rich Razzleberry cardstock, my modern label punch. Ouch. Again, we'll take some snail adhesive and put it on our modern label. Okay, you've got those embellishments. And on this time, I'm going to go ahead and put my sentiment down first, and then put my bow on where I think it might look a little better. Because every time I make one, it's always just slightly different. And to put on our bow embellishment, I'm going to need some mini glue dots. And I'm going to pick up, a handful of them on the back here. I'm going to make sure I've got at least a good 3. It's a pretty good size embellishment. Let's see, we'll do that. And let's see, where would maybe I'll angle this one like this on our bow. And take my scissors. Goodness, I'm a little bit unorganized here. There we go. Get our scissors, and we'll trim our tails of our little ribbon embellishment. And I would recommend that we put our cards. I was sitting there looking at myself going like, oh my gosh, I didn't put the card base on. Definitely would put the card base on here first, or the card layering on it. Goodness, such a goofball sometimes. But anyways, there's our little Mother's Day card using our Build-A-Blossom embellishment that we made from a previous video, and a little trick on how to make these cute little ribbons. Thanks a lot, everybody. Happy crafting. Bye-bye.